Has this ever happened to you? You tune in to watch Saints Gaming compete at your favorite title, but you end up missing it. Scrolling through Twitter to find results is just such a chore, and it looks like there's no easy way to find out everything you've missed. Luckily, there's a solution. Hi, Millie Bays here, and I'd like to introduce you to St. Clair's Bird's Eye View, the #1 show to keep up with everything about Saints Gaming. Get weekly recaps, see great highlights, hear exclusive interviews with players and staff, and so much more. That's Bird's Eye View, available in podcast or video form at a website near you.
Head, and there he goes. Abyss gonna clean him up.
Olaf goes down. Everyone's just gonna line up here for Lazzy. He's gonna find himself the Quadra. Give it to him. Pentakill.
Priestley with the quad feet.
Gets the ace. Available just spin to win all over.
That game was insane.
Hello, Saints Nation. Welcome to some NECC Valorant playoffs. It's been a good little while since we got to see some Valorant on the Saints stream, and what a perfect time, as of course it's now NECC postseason. Should be an exciting one. My name is Dan Banner, also known as Mr. Danner, joined alongside me, Jackson Deprived Brown. How are we doing, Jackson?
Oh, we're doing just great here tonight, Dan. It's just going to be us two on the mics here tonight and just in the production room, so you see us a little bit of a different setup than per usual. But the St. Clair Saints are looking to take on Butler University here. NECC quarterfinals, a big matchup. You know, these two teams have always had some good fights going back and forth between the two. And honestly, I'm expecting nonetheless here today, it's going to be a great storyline of a matchup, and I know we were both very excited to hop into this one.
Absolutely. And we did see the Saints play Butler University, or Butler Blue, in this situation. Earlier in the NECC regular season, it did end up going in the Saints' favor, but that being said, we had ourselves a new map get introduced at that point. We do have a new agent in play. I don't know if necessarily the agent is legal or not, but we very well may see it sometime down the line here. But still, lots of time in between matches here. It's not like we just played them or something. So Butler looking to come out swinging here.
Yeah, for sure. I completely agree. I don't think a lot of the new updates are going to affect this game a whole lot. I don't think we're going to see a lot of it come through. Just teams don't want to take any chances this far into the season so far, right into playoffs and whatnot. So not expecting to see a lot of those new changes come through here tonight. Very basic style setup. But yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see how things actually go here for the Saints here tonight, right? It is going to be kind of win or go home here kind of situation for St. Clair in this NECC bracket. Butler going to be a strong team to go against them here. And you know what? I would not be surprised to see this one go 3 maps, but I also wouldn't be surprised to see the Saints 2-0. I'm going to have the Saints as my favorite here tonight, just by a little bit. I'd say by a little bit of a hair here. But Butler, I think that they definitely do have potential to come through and surprise us. Absolutely.
Did mention on the map, so I do want to quickly throw it over to our maps for this evening. Going to be starting things off on Bind, switching over to Icebox, then switching over to Haven, which, to be fair, this is a very tried and true standard kind of setup here for our Saints. So there isn't really any surprises, nothing to catch anybody off guard. It's just the regular season maps being played over again for the most part.
I like this Bind pick. They're very experienced on Bind, and they definitely know what they need to do on Bind to get the job done. And Icebox as well, one of my personal favorite maps here, and I'm very excited to see that one come through. I think that if we actually do see, I forget who it actually is. I think it might be VCan who plays that Jet and is very good with the op there. I think the Icebox is a great pick for having those sniper plays come through from those Saints players and really just abusing it here on those long angles.
Yeah, that's funny that you mentioned that too, because of course, the Saints technically went through a roster change as well in the last couple of weeks. Of course, JRC stepping down, who I think you're saying VCan kind of picked up the sniping role for a little bit of the op at some point, but that was for the longest time JRC's job. And now going to have to find somebody to fill the gap. That being said, though, coming in from the second string, we've got Lupo, and Marcus Rose going to be joining us here once again. And anytime we had him in for a match, I mean, he's been popping off regardless. So taking a look at everybody basically getting ready to rock here. Your starting lineup, of course, here for your St. Clair Saints.
Lupo's vibing.
Oh, yeah, he's ready to go. We got Marco Rose. That's going to be Lupo in the bottom right. Andrew Teed, it's VCan up in the top right. Gavin Zhang, Casper in the middle. Krista Wagner, Blossom up in the top left. And, of course, Austin Downs, Wombat in the bottom left. Everybody ready to go. Strider pumping everybody up as well in the meantime as well. Get everybody all ready to rock here. And then
Casper's next. Casper's like, no, get off me, get off me, Strider. Strider's like, what? You don't... This is awesome. Okay, let's see. He's going to go down the line. Who's up next here? Oh, Wombat? You feeling it? Just a little one? Okay, Wombat, you're good. Okay, on to the next. Oh, hey, here we go. VCan's up there next.
Candid moments here on the Saints stream as
Select
it
your
looks like
agent.
actually in the background. You don't get to see it, but I do. It looks like we just knocked out Casper's webcam right after that. So funny enough there. But let's take a look. Starting on the attack this time for this first map, it is going to be St. Clair. What kind of operators or operators? This isn't Rainbow Six. We got agents here this time by, and honestly, relatively standard here, being VCan on basically the anchoring cipher, Astra there for Blossom, and then we just got pure aggression across the board here between Lupo, Casper, and Wombat.
Love this Casper Reyna pick. I think that this fits Casper's playstyle so well. I think that Reyna is something that he should be using a lot more here going into these games. You think of Casper and like how his playstyle kind of works. I think of Reyna personally, and any kind of like, you're playing ranked, you got that, really cracked out player there and whatnot. They're usually on those Reynas, and I am very excited to see Casper here coming through on that one tonight. And then we actually have Lupo on that jet there, filling in that role a little bit, like you were just talking about a moment ago. I'd like to see Lupo potentially actually use that jet to maybe find some openings here with some longer range weaponry or frags in that regard. But we are going to be getting us started off here with the pistol, and Lupo going to be pulling out the actually opposite of that. He's going to have a shorty here in hand, and I want to see what their actually plan is. It looks like A obviously looking like the main target here, and for the side of Butler, they have 3 players stacked up on B, so St. Clair might have a quick opening here if they can get on A fairly quickly. It is going to be only 1 and 4, their Viper and their Jet for the side of Butler over here defending this site.
And moving on forward, and of course, with the shorty, it does give Lupo the opportunity to just dive in and maybe get some quick burst damage. You see the opposing jet on side, and sure enough, that is going to be Lupo diving in. Can he find? Does find Firsty. Can he get the final shot? Looking for it. Chunks him down to half, but not quite enough to take him down. But here comes the rotating squad here, coming out here from Butler.
Yeah, and they have a Sky on the side of Butler, right? So they can heal all of his teammates right up there. But this shotgun's still going to be very ruthless nonetheless. But Icy does get a really nice pick there to shut down Lupo. We will have Wombat here, though. He finds one. Will he be able to find another? All these players are really tagged down, so that is some good news if you are St. Clair right now. You can really use this to your advantage. Just like that, Casper will take down G-Force. Now it's going to be VCan looking for Lemonade Man as well. He's going to get tagged down. So Lemonade Man and Icy, all that remains now. Lemonade Man goes down. St. Clair picks up the first round. And that shorty damage, it may have not gotten any kills, but it really helps out with the cleanup for the side of St. Clair.
Yeah, messy at the ends there, but yeah, just enough damage being done overall. And it's going to be making for a successful first round here for St. Clair. And, I mean, throughout the regular season, we've been basically saying for the most part that this is like the only game where Saints attack just feels better than defense for the most part, correct?
I find it goes through like phases a little bit here, to be completely honest with you, Dan. Sometimes we see the attack-heavy side of St. Clair where they can pick up a lot of those offensive round wins, but then we sometimes also see that defense side of thing, right, where they can pick up a lot of those defensive round wins. And I mean, I feel like it comes in spurts, so it looks like we might be seeing a little bit of an offensive day as Lupo already comes in, gets some tags down on a firstie, and yeah, the offense definitely looking good here today. But Lemonade Man actually gonna surprisingly get a lot more damage than he should have in that gunfight.
Yeah, a little bit rough here for Butler University. Come on through, Lupo there with the SMG trying to make something work, but Icy does find one as well. A little bit of a scuffle here.
Shock dart kill.
Yep, absolutely brutal. Icy versus the world. Can they finish off the job? We'll have to see. With the spike already being down, it's looking a little bit unfortunate here for the side of Butler. Icy, what can you do?
Yeah, so they have all the intel that he's currently inside this smoke with all the sound cues and whatnot there. So Icy now trying to find something with the shotgun and his Spectre, but it's going to be very difficult for him. Casper just going to shut him down on the outskirts of that one. St. Clair picking up a second. Butler going to have to try to find an answer back here shortly, but I think with their economy, they will have a buy here in this round. Yeah, so Butler is going to have the full buy. St. Clair is still stuck on a few Spectres, just no point in buying up onto other weaponry. So I want to see how this one actually is going to work through. It looks as if St. Clair is going to keep around 2,000 in each player, just so they can buy next round, even if they do lose this one. Because technically now Butler has the favor weaponry-wise.
Yeah, absolutely, but of course, yeah, Saints would just be able to answer right back with the next round in theory, but we'll just have to see how much damage Butler can pull off here. Maybe get themselves a defensive round win. Moving over now into round number 3. Let's see how this one goes.
Yeah, going to be very aggressive here towards mid because it's all this close-range weaponry coming through here right now from the Saints. This is what they need to abuse here. Now, if they can find Icy, this is going to be a very good early pick to find, and that is actually going to be Icy getting aggressive, but will clean up Lupo there on the SMG play. VCAN looking for something over here. Just going to miss Icy's cross, and now Firsty going to be able to clean up that frag. And this is not going too well for the Saints here on these SMGs and pistol plays early in this one. It's going to be Butler looking like they want to come away with it.
Yeah, the one time Saints go for B, and it just gets shut down pretty much instantly here. With the majority, only the Viper on the other side. There's just going to be Lemonade Man trying to keep the A site held down. But Saints looking to maybe like pull a fake here. They back off, maybe make it seem like they're making a run towards A site. Of course, the teleporters are there if they opt to take it that way as well. But Icy with the flank is going to come in huge. Takes care of Blossom, but Wombat finds one more.
Yeah, if Wombat can get away with this Vandal, it'd be really big for him. It's going to definitely be a task for sure. But it is definitely also a possibility. He is going to potentially run into this Viper here momentarily coming towards his way. Him and Lemonade Man are into a little bit of a going to cross pass here. Unless Lemonade Man's actually just clearing out spawn. So looks like Wombat going to keep his life here for now. 20 seconds to burn here. They know where kind of Wombat is. They can hear this util and stuff coming through. So will we see an engagement? Yes, we will. And it is going to be Firsty picking it up. Butler going to get on the board here with their first. St. Clair still leading by 1 though.
I mean, fair enough. Like, fully loaded, ready to go there this time or that time by there for Butler. And at the same time, Saints are still on some half buys, some weaker buys to say the least. But again, also just that B push did not work at all. Like, the positioning just did not quite work in their favor that time by. And solid job there for Butler to finish that one off.
Yeah, I really like the Saints not trying to force out that round win there. You know, they really could have used all of their money and bought up and tried to compete, and it just might have been still a little bit worse than Butler's side. But no, they saved. They go into this round now with a full buy. Both teams going to be competing here fully. I'd argue the Saints might even have a little bit better of a buy here in this one here now. So it's looking pretty good for the Saints going into this round. They will have that money, and they can use it to their advantage. It's going to be the A site looking like the main target.
Yep, absolutely. The only one kind of off is going to be Lupo there on the Reyna going through, or no, it's actually going to be Casper, my bad, on the far side to the right. Saints still kind of moving on as to which side to push. A has been the most successful for them as of yet, but still bomb right in, or not the bomb, the spike right in the middle of the field. Everyone just taking their time.
Yeah, I mean, Butler not going to get too aggressive here on the defensive side of things. They're going to wait for St. Clair to come and play into them. Casper might have a little bit of an engagement here momentarily with this Viper, and here it is. The trade's going to come through, so works out perfectly there. You know, preferably, you'd like to keep Wombat alive, but, you know, 1 for 1 isn't the end of the world, and he might actually run into a player behind green. Firsty's player position is revealed, so it is going to be Casper looking for that one. He sees the leg.
Oh, look at this up. Look at this by Casper. I think that was him popping the ult. They're all just running towards B. The rotate there coming out from the Saints is absolutely catching Butler off guard.
Yeah, and there's nobody here. This is essentially site for free. It's going to force the side of Butler now to rotate over. You see 2 players coming from CT side. This bomb's going down. Now you're going to see more of these Butler rotates coming through. And you see Reyna, that being Casper, he's just already on his way over. And that flash going to make it so Lupo can't see that player. Blossom there. Going to get a trade out onto GeForce, though. Blossom got a lot to deal with, though. Icy going to clean up that kill. 2 on 3. The retake from Butler looking good. However, Casper is here now to help out. He is going to be smoked off for the moment, so VCAN has a lot of pressure on him. This bomb might be getting hopped momentarily, to be completely honest. There it is. There's a little bit of a fake. Icy finds one, but there's one there from VCAN. Can't clean it up. Butler going to get the defuse in a second round.
All right, so honestly, that could have gone like really badly for Butler, but they recovered remarkably on the retake, with Casper making it look like it was going all in basically on the A site. Everybody rotated, but they still got back just in the nick of time. So that one hurt in regards to St. Clair, as they are now going to be pretty much forced to either like low buy, or just save up.
Yeah, for sure. And, you know, it looks like they're just trying to keep, you know, like 11, 12, 13, 1400, like in the mid-thousands kind of range. Casper's buying it a little bit stronger. He's actually going to come through with a Vandal here, so he's looking to really find a couple frags to potentially make some money in this round, even if they do lose. But yeah, 2-2 scoreline here. St. Clair, not going to be an easy round win if they are looking to take this one, because just the economic situation isn't ideal. Blossom going to be caught on the one-way smoke here a little bit early, and is going to be forced back here. Now St. Clair, see how they do it.
Okay, going to be following things up here with the ultimate coming out of our Sova, and it's going to be Lupo going to be finding the first elimination basically all the way into the bag. Finds another. No, never mind. It's going to get shut down nice and quick.
Bomb down. That's a really early plant, and honestly, just making money in this round so well, so far, so good for the Saints, and that is now a judge for VCAM. This is perfect for the post plant, and this is looking really good, St. Clair, and you know what, this is a thrifty round, to be completely honest here. I mean, they spent little to no money going into this one. Casper gonna find that pick onto Icy, VCAM finds one with the judge, and then first EA is gonna be tagged down to half health in a 1-on-3. This is Saints round to win. On the eco, Dan, this one is looking perfect.
Yeah, absolutely. The plates went out just nicely. Firsty, however, still trying to get as much damage done, at least of the economy of Saints, but it does end up going down. Casper finishing the job there, and Saints going to take round number 3 for themselves.
Yeah, so it is going to be Casper keeping his Vandal. We also do see a Vandal picked up from another member of the Saints, and now with them saving a little bit of that money as well, they can get the full buy that their heart desires here in this round. However, for the first time in this game, going into round 6, we're going to see our first op come through onto Firsty. And Firsty on the CT side, or sorry, not the CT, this isn't CSGO, but on the defending side of things, going to be trying to play through on that one. And it looks like he is going to be playing this A site aggressively into showers. You don't usually see operas play this. This is going to be interesting. Or he's a Vandal now. What am I on about?
I was thinking about the op for a second, but must have switched up in just the last moments here as the Saints getting ready to move on forward alongside Wombat's drone, but Lupo does manage to see a couple of them. Lemonade Man on the other side.
Yeah, but they're going to catch Lemonade Man out on terrible timing. Lupo with good stuff there, and going to put us into a 5-on-4 early in this one. That's a perfect kill to get for the attackers, and they also spot out Firsty there, so they have all the intel they need for that player as well. Now the smoke going to be the jet dash from Firsty. Over here, Wombat tagged down to essentially 1 HP at this point, but Saints with another plant is going to be very beneficial to them. Casper and Deathless getting into a little bit of a trade, 4-on-3 in favor of the Saints.
And messy here, Casper going to end up peeking and does end up going down here. Firsty trying to keep this evened up as best as possible as well. Smoke out, but nice shots there from Wombat to kind of tie that one up. Nicely done in that regard, but still, the 2-on-2 to possibly finish this, and Wombat is wounded.
Yeah, Wombat is so weak in this corner here right now. He's just trying to find a pick, but GeForce will take him down. But at the same time, VCAN going to find one of these other players. Now GeForce not going to anticipate him there, but GeForce going to clean him up, and Butler picking up a third to tie up this one here now.
All right, the 3K coming out of GeForce that time by. Nicely done in their regard. I'm going to be able to pick up some items as well if they really, really wanted to. Not going to quite be the case, however, but solid job overall here for Butler. Once again, what looks like a round that was kind of snowballing in the Saints' favor ended up not being quite the case.
Yeah, for sure. And you know, at this point in time here, Casper, he's having a great game on this Reyna. I'd like to see him on it here more. I was really highlighting that in the pregame that is going to be a player to watch here in this one. But same with Icy and Firsty and GeForce from the side of Butler. They're the ones really swaying these rounds into their favor and really doing a lot of work for the side of Butler. Now, St. Clair once again back on the pistols. It seems like this is like a very economic pattern here so far, Dan. You know, they'll manage to squeak around in one of these rounds, but other than that, they're once again forced back onto pistols and going to be playing from a little bit of a disadvantage.
Well, the beauty, of course, of having the jet here in this case is, of course, it does not care about your ego if you have knives, and that's exactly why. Firsty going to get taken down as the first victim, the headshot of those knives getting the reset and falling back.
He was actually on knives as well here, Dan. So that was a knives player taking out somebody else on their ult here. So very good stuff. VCAN will take down Icy as well. So that puts us now into a 4-on-3 for St. Clair. From being down a player now to being up a player is definitely the flip around that you are looking for if you are St. Clair. And with that player from St. Clair on B, this is looking like they do want to rotate this one off. And with that, Butler going to be sending all the reinforcements over to B. But now St. Clair looking to attack out A here. This is looking perfect. And VCAN finds the frag on a GeForce, almost another on a Lemonade Man, but little do they know at this same time, St. Clair has the free plant at A because Butler over-rotated once again. I'd say that's one of Butler's biggest mistakes so far in this game is the over-rotations coming through. As soon as they get a little bit of intel the site has changed, they've been sending all their resources over there.
I mean, there's always the tried and true tale of I'd rather listen to the wrong call than everybody kind of stagger, but unfortunately there for Butler, they're all listening to the rotation call, even though that may not necessarily be the right call here. So it is now this 4th round possibly coming in the bag here for Saints, unless Deathless can somehow pull off the 1v3. Yeah,
he's been having a slow start in this game. This is definitely your opportunity to turn things around. But if you're in Deathless's position at this point in time, I think you just fall off and save that Vandal there. You've got 50 armor as well. Like, you have full util. You have a lot of money on your body right now that you no point in really sacrificing. If I was him also here, you can play slow, play around this corner, play for these exit frags that might be coming your way. There is 2 players coming towards you. You can find a couple of them, and it is going to be Blossom finding that one. So no economy save for the side of Butler. St. Clair going to take the lead here once again in this one. And, you know, one thing I really noticed throughout the round is Butler is very vulnerable to the rotates. I think that as St. Clair starts, you know, really just getting in Butler's heads and just starting to flip-flop back and forth in between sites, it could really, you know, start to confuse Butler here and provide St. Clair with more opportunities like that where they have free sites.
It's just absolutely brutal, because as soon as those kind of situations end up happening, then the Saints find themselves in such a strong post-plant position. Like, what are you supposed to do after that? I don't care how good you are, that's a hard position to try and break into. We'll see if they can wrap up something different. They actually got aggressive, and it just did not work, but of course it is an eco round.
Oh my goodness.
So, solid job nonetheless. The rush strategy coming up from Butler, but not quite going to catch things off guard.
All up to the Sova coming through on the CT rotation. Going to be just the judge in hand here to try to make something happen, but like you were saying, I mean, just an eco round that did not go in their favor. St. Clair going to absolutely pummel that aggressiveness from A for Butler. It's going to leave it now all up to GeForce. He's just looking for an exit frag here at this point in time, right? I mean, you might as well. And I don't think he should be moving at all until players are going to funnel through that way. Because they're bound to push them. Like, look, like they're not just going to leave it. So Casper, the eye could be big, but I think the eye's behind him.
Oh, they made it work out nonetheless. Absolutely clutching up there for the side of St. Clair. Of course, flawless, but at the same time, of course, eco round. So it is to be expected coming out there from Butler nonetheless. But see if they can come back swinging here, as they now kept the opportunity to get out the big guns, including an op here for first.
Yeah, and I think they put it away that last time, I think. I don't know if we've actually seen it come through in a round yet, but I'm hoping so. I want to see it. I'm a big fan of the opping plays here throughout these games, so we'll see if we can get pulled off right here, right now. It is going to be looking like St. Clair once again wanting to focus this A site here out. And we do have the Sova from St. Clair going B, as per usual. He's been a very good lurk over there for the side of SAC. But Showers control fully St. Clair's first E. Gonna find one early with the op. I mean, A-Man's also ulted here on site.
Yeah, so this whole A spot is basically locked down for at least a moment, which, to be fair, this is where Saints have been pretty much getting most of their value from. So a wise ult to fire it off, even though it may feel a little bit preemptive. It's going to force Saints to either go into a gunfight that is absolutely not in their favor, or go to a site that they've not exactly been the best in executing on. So not terrible strategy on the side of Butler. Can they close this out, though? They do have the player advantage.
Yeah, so I like the Saints' idea to really rotate this one off onto this B site, and I really just wish the Sova from St. Clair was with them. I think they're going to need all the reinforcements over here towards B if they are going to push this one out. But I also don't mind the Sova there, trying to keep some players there. I just think the Sova's got to get a little bit more engaged right now to not let these players rotate through, because St. Clair has to take over this B site. It's make or break. They do get a good trade there, and Casper might be able to find another one on Icy, trying to find some wall bangs, and he is going to get a peek, but not able to find the frag as of yet. And he does find that offer back in spawn, so he does get that initial pick. He does get through the cross. He could find something here. This is a 3-on-3 now, with St. Clair actually getting a plant down.
Yeah, it's just a matter of can can Cypher get it down? Is in fact going to be able to do so. Firsty is here, however, with some reinforcements from Deathless and Lemonade Man. Can they finish the job? The shotgun point blank would be absolutely deadly, and they do make it work. 1-for-1. Casper on a 3K. Can he find another? No, Deathless shutdown. It's going to be all down the Wombat.
Yeah, and Wombat has to get this player off site. It's going to be a full hold. There's one, but he can't get him in time. He gets him! Wombat going to find the round for the Saints with 0.18 seconds on the defuse. What a play from St. Clair.
That was ridiculously close there. Beautiful timing from Wombat. Coming in clutch with the double. Literally, like you said, like milliseconds, point-something seconds left on that being a defuse. Point-something seconds for that being a Butler University round win. Absolutely clutch.
Yeah, and you know what? All the props is due there to Wombat cleaning up that 1v2, but you also have to give a lot of credit to Casper in that round. He really opened up that site and came through with big clutch kills, because you're not holding down that site, or, sorry, getting that, plant and everything like that without Casper doing what he just did. Now Lupo getting aggressive when we do see Butler once again on an eco. Lemonade Man will find one. But just like that, St. Clair will be cleaning up the rest. Now a 4 versus 2. Butler here on the rotation. We do have Sky coming on a flank and GeForce coming through the defender side. This is really anybody's to take, but GeForce finding one early. I don't like that aggression from Lupo. I just don't think it's fully needed. And it's going to hurt St. Clair here a little bit now in this one.
Yeah, at the end of the day, they have to come to you, right? So just get that spike down and just find yourself some post plants, right? But at the end of the day, Lupo getting a little overzealous, but being said, it's still the 3-on-2 with the Saints up a player and then have the post plant positionings in their favor as well. There is Icy, one of the top fraggers here for the side of Butler, looking to make a play as well. B4's probably spotted out VCan, and Icy's going to follow up. But that is going to end up being a trade, and Casper going to clean things up. So Saints going to get this one.
Yeah, very good stuff there. I got a little bit concerned for a moment there when that player did push through the defending side and lost his life, that being Lupo. But it looks like they regained just fine and were able to play off those post plants. And, you know, Butler had a really good idea of trying to retake that site. They had a good lineup between Heaven and Showers to catch each other's players that were shooting at them off guard, but just didn't work out for them here. Now, Butler, things are getting a lot more scary for them here now, Dan, because being down by 4 is very concerning, especially with only being 2 rounds remaining in half. And if you're Butler, you honestly might need both of them if you do want to have a good competing second half with the Saints. You can't afford being down, you know, 8-4, 9-3, something like that. So we'll see what happens.
Absolutely. We're going to come out swinging here with the Hunter's Fury. Not going to quite find anybody, but Lupo has literally just dove right into the back line and Blossom there with the backup as well, just to get this cleaned up. First, he's the only one here. Never mind, no. There is also the Silva ult on the wrong side. The Jet, no, never mind, that is Firsty, but Lemonade Man is right there in the same spot. Wombat with the cleanup takedown. Now this is going to get a little bit rough here. Butler with a run on a prayer on this one.
You can really tell when the Saints start heating up. Oh my goodness, flawless round. Not even like over 100 damage was taken on all of these players from St. Clair. It was just beautiful play coming through there from them. Now to pick up an 8, making this at a minimum an 8-4 half here for them, putting them at such an advantage going into this defending side that Butler is really going to struggle having to come back from this one now. And honestly, if you are from the side of Butler, it's just, what do you do, right? I mean, I don't think that the shotgun constantly pick coming through is the answer here. And I don't think the force buy is really the answer here as well. I think Butler's got to slow things down, calm down, and focus up on what the main target is here.
We'll have to see. Maybe they'll get uber aggressive here in just a second. Thinking about it, but that's going to be an op to the face. First, he goes down nice and quick. This is also going to be the wall coming out here from Blossom, and they just completely disregarded the showers and just dove right on site.
Yeah, Icy and Deathless both going to fall. Icy will find one onto Casper, though, but this puts us into a 4-on-2. So as much as he does get that one pick and goes 1 for 1, it is still going to be St. Clair at a, you know, huge advantage here player-wise, with Wombat taking down G-Force, now leaving it all up to the Viper of Butler. Not going to be looking good here going into halftime. And with that being said, Lemonade Man is going to be getting spotted out here now, but Lupo will go down. VCan there on a trade. St. Clair going to take the half, 9-3.
A valiant effort's coming out there from Lemonade Man, but unfortunately not going to be enough. And now with the half switched, economies reset, Saints on defense. Can they make this defense work for them? They do have, of course, probably going to end up being VCan pretty much by himself here at this B site. From what I have seen, Cyphers basically just take one site to themselves for the most part, and everybody else stacking on the A side. Looks like Wombat's going to keep him company for now, though.
You know what? One thing I'm going to say right here, right now, is that St. Clair is currently on, what is that, 6 rounds in a row. So
yeah,
there's 6 unanswered to right now, and the momentum's fully in St. Clair's favor, everything like that. Obviously not economy because it did reset, but if Butler does want to have to come through with a game win here, this is a must-win round. If they don't win this round, they're done, in my complete opinion, because a pistol round is actually like 1, 2, maybe 3 rounds. We saw that prime example from the Saints there. They were able to get a couple picks there early, and it really stacks those rounds up there early for them, but that is going to be Lemonade Man opening up with 1 and it's going to be Wombat back with 2, making a 3rd for Wombat. Now of 1v4 for the side of Butler as Casper finds Lemonade Man here as well. But yeah, I mean, like I was saying, if Butler doesn't clean up this pistol round, it's going to be very, very tough luck for them, and it doesn't look like it's going to work out. That Jet now down to 1 HP.
Yeah, they called out that position just right away, and it's beautifully done there from the Saints to clean that up nice and quick, making that pistol round look easy, to say the least here. Butler is in an absolute world of trouble. Completely agree with what you were saying, how, like, if, like, maybe one more round goes, like, against Butler, that this is just going to snowball out of control.
Yeah, and it definitely can't be the one that the Saints tack on to their 7th unanswered, right? You got to split up their rounds. They're gaining way too much momentum right now, and just kind of full force, like, just confidence through the roof right here so far from the Saints in this game. So Butler looking to change things up here now. They're going to buy out Sheriffs, and St. Clair going to buy out Spectre. So if Butler can connect on these, you know, Sheriff headshots, they definitely do have a good shot to come through with the round win here in this one. But the Spectres from St. Clair definitely might be too strong, as it's 1 early from Wombat, maybe another with the shock dart, and yes, it is. He's going to get the kill even after he's dropped.
Yeah, so solid nonetheless. Trim it down by 2. Casper looking to make the rotate. Is not going to see G-Force there. Ready and waiting with the Sheriff, however. Now VCAN up with... Looks like Lupo's nearby as well. Oh, teleport right into the crosshairs of Lupo. Taken down nice and quick, which leaves us all down to Firsty. Try and take this down.
Wow.
Does find one. Does know where VCAN is as well. Could maybe get the 1-on-2 in their favor, but a good little flank there from Blossom. Could clean up the job.
You know, Firsty, if he had some more health there and, you know, had a little bit more intel on what Blossom was up to, I think he has a good shot to actually be able to close that one through, but not going to happen. St. Clair attacking on 11th, and I feel like at this point, you know, Butler might be able to tack on a few extra rounds here, but I just don't think they're going to be capable of doing what they need to come through with a game win here. So the Saints have just been really on the ball so far here in the quarterfinals. I don't know what they've been eating in their cereal or whatnot, but I mean, they're playing pretty good here right now.
Well, just looking at them as of right now, they've definitely been playing confidently, to say the least here. And with having 4 members already in the double digits in terms of their elimination count, I would definitely be feeling pretty good as well, as we do see Deathless actually, someone who's been a little bit slow to start here this series, finding a nice opening frag.
Yeah, that's looking really good there for the side of Butler, and it's going to leave it all up to VCAN alone here now on this B site to play the defense, making things very, very scary and concerning for him. He's got to, I mean, I think that for St. Clair to win this round, you have to see VCAN get 2 here before he does drop, and it's not going to be an easy task by any means, especially they have his intel, he is getting smoked off. He's going to have to especially win this one against Firsty.
Here it comes, but first he's going to take him down, which means it's going to be Casper, the next one up in line here. Only line of defense until the rest of the Saints get here. Nice shots coming out here from Firsty, though. Spike being planted, there's absolutely nothing the Saints can do to breach this easily, but they're going to try.
Yeah, and you know, that's what exactly we're talking about. That's a flawless round from Butler. That's exactly what they needed to try to put themselves back into this one. It's still, obviously, a very, very big task and a long way to go, but St. Clair definitely going to fall there in that round, and Butler, a little bit of a swing of momentum here now for them in their way.
Yeah, that's going to make it now so that when the Saints try to buy full, they're all into the hundreds rather than the thousands. So that early lead that they did build up is going to be basically neutralized for the most part. And honestly, there we go. Good on Butler to finally stop the streak, too, that the Saints were kind of pulling away with for a little bit there. Nicely done.
Yes, I couldn't agree more with you here on that one, Dan. So 7 rounds separate these two teams here in round number 16. Of this VALORANT NECC quarterfinal matchup. Blossom, aggressive through showers. I mean, he could find 3-4 here, Dan. Like, this is such a lethal play. He runs into one early, finds it. That's spiked down already. Now, they're just going to hold this positioning. He is going to get a dink on a Firsty, but can't find the frag. Now, there is going to be another player here, though. That is going to be Lupo getting so many tags on an Icy. Firsty, though, going to be able to clean up the second. I mean, it's not the end of the world, but your healers, Icy, is down to 11 HP. That's definitely a concern. And Lemonade Man now going to lose their life. St. Clair going to have a little bit of an advantage here now in this round.
Yeah, at least it's only now just Icy who's wounded. Everybody else is topped off and good to go. But yeah, we have the person handling the spike with literally 1 bullet away from going down. So could be scary unless they could breach this and take care of VCAN instantly.
Yeah, I think VCAN really just needs to play this one slow here. That's his main thing, but he's going to get spotted out by every which way, and he's getting rushed out by Icy. I got to give props to Butler. That was a really good play call there. They used their utility perfectly, and they will find an entrance into the site. Now, all up to Casper, and I believe it's Wombat. Yep, here on the retake, and it is going to be... I do like these 2 players in the retake. I think they're 2 of the stronger players so far here in this game, and if anybody's going to be capable of it, it's going to be them 2. They start off early, taking down that healer being Icy. Now, the other 2 players to worry about. Casper not going to be anticipating getting peeked from this angle, though, but he's actually not going to get spotted. Now, Wombat, is he sticking it? Is this a glitch? Or
not yet. No. He's just waiting for it. Just played the sound cue, and beautifully done here from Butler. The 3K going to be coming out there for Firsty, and that will finish the job. Nicely done.
Yeah, you know, that's a really tough one to drop there. You know, that you get that first player, you push through sight, you're looking for these other players, and you're like, okay, where are they? But they do actually end up coming behind St. Clair, catching them a little bit off guard, and going to be rewarded with the round. That's actually 2 in a row here for them, for only the 2nd time in this game that they've actually gotten 2 rounds in a row. So they're definitely looking to move forward with a 3rd. But St. Clair, yeah, actually, honestly, yeah, St. Clair's going to be on pistols. This is a good opportunity for the side of Butler. I don't even think St. Clair should be buying frenzies and sheriffs and light armor right now. I think St. Clair should just be saving full almost.
Very well indeed, but we are going to see coming out right off the start the Hunter's Fury,
wow.
And it's going to take care of G-Force. So nicely done to start things off here. Going to be Icy firing off the ultimate as well, trying to spot everybody. And if they spot the Saints right around the corner, all stuck inside that corridor, that is going to be brutal. Shots fired. Lemonade Man going to find 2, but Casper's going to at least answer back with 1 of them. Percy, where in the world is Casper? Does go down, which means it's all up to Vcan to try and salvage Thrifty.
This is so interesting, Dan. I don't know what that round, like what I just watched. Like, I mean, St. Clair just used their ults here on an eco round, something that you rarely see actually come through. And they do have the sheriffs there. They spent a little bit more money than you typically would see as well. Mind you, they do get a couple picks, but I thought that, I don't know. It was just a very interesting play call there from St. Clair. It seems as if they were just like trying to see if they can maybe come around with some sort of a round there throughout that one, but not going to go there for them. Now, we will see, I think Lupo's Knives going to come through in this round. He is just going to be buying a shorty and some full armor, so definitely expecting to see the Knives come through from Lupo here in this one. But yeah, St. Clair now only leading by 5. It's going to be 3 in a row for Butler for the first time in this game. Starting to get a little bit more worrying, but still St. Clair with a drastic lead.
And normally whenever like you see an ultimate popped in like an eco round, I do think of like the Jet or something, just popping it for the sake of the Knives, but we're seeing the Hunter's Fury come out. But that being said, next round underway. Looking like Percy charging through. Vcan, nice little flick to stop that one though.
Great use of his Sova play, to be honest, there in that one. And he almost finds another, and I think he might have. He did. He actually did take down G-Force there as well. So 2 there for Wombat. Or, sorry, no, Wombat found 1, and then the other player, it's going to be the Sova, or, yeah, found the other one. Or, sorry, the Cypher. Cypher and Sova, man, always getting me confused. But it is a 4-on-3 here for St. Clair. Casper finding another onto Deathless, going to make things even a little nicer for them. Blossom going to clean up the final 2. St. Clair going to be advancing on the match point here in this one.
All right, this cleans it up very nicely. With the only ultimate in use that time by was Casper's, because there were so many people lined up, did not want to get taken down nice and quickly. So wise in that regard. And now they have the, or they did also use the Cypher ult as well. That's one thing to take note of, but they still have 2 in the bank. That being said, though, 4 in the bank right now for this side of Butler. Are they going to, like, Viper's pit off A again, or rather dive a pit and then just pop the Viper pit? We'll
This round, Dan. This round's about to get chaotic. I'm going to tell you that right now. This is going to be very, very interesting, and I like the play from Casper. Just a great idea, but not going to go fully for him. Now on the peak, he finds one. Blossom finds one as well. That's 2 for 1 for St. Clair. That's a W in my books. That's a 4-on-3 here now in play. Icy looking to get aggressive, but he will be getting spotted out from Lupo. Not able to get a full angle on him here. Blossom going to lose his life to Icy as well. That's going to be a jet dash coming through, but that's G-Force there ready for him. St. Clair looks so good starting this one off, but now looking like the play is crumbling, leaving it all up to St. Clair's Cypher. I think that is going to be Vcan, and he is going to be in a 1-on-3K scenario.
I mean, doable, but difficult. Nobody's really tagged up that badly on the side of Butler, and Icy's the first person we're going to go against, one of the top fraggers on the side of Butler. That is going to be a tough task. That being said, Vcan's off to a good start, finds the 1, but a nice little refrag coming out of G-Force to clean it up.
If he was able to snap on G-Force, you know, that might be a little bit of a different story here in this round, but nonetheless, St. Clair still going to be leading by 5. Butler, though, definitely have had a much better half. They're leading this half 4-3, so they're doing a good job of keeping themselves in this one and, you know, keeping it competitive. But, you know, when this game started 3-3, I was really not expecting to see the scoreline that we're seeing here right now. I was at 3-3, I wasn't really surprised at all. To see this St. Clair eventually leading this game, you know, it was like, what, 9-3 at half or something like that? Or, yeah, 9-3 at half. I mean, it's really interesting to see the scoreline as drastic as it is in St. Clair's favor. But Butler really on their way of crawling back. First, he actually going to be attack-opping here now.
Yeah, I mean, there is a couple of decent like sightlines that you could maybe make that work with. A little bit tougher, however. Let's see. Does okay, has Blossom on the other side there. If they
just
only
shoots.
knew.
Hey, I know, right?
If they only knew.
I don't know if it'd actually kill him, but it would definitely get him down weak, and that's going to tag Lupo down. G-Force there with the cleanup as well. Great plays from their Sova. Casper will take down Icy, so good stuff taking down one of those top fraggers. Icy also going to say a nice shot there. You love the generosity here. G-Force finding one on Blossom. Vcan trading that one through. Bomb going to go down from Lemonade Man, and a good ult there coming through from Butler's Viper. Vcan going to take down Firsty here now, though. Lemonade Man finding Casper. That is going to be the Viper going down, so that ult is for nothing. St. Clair with the cleanup. Vcan and Wombat do the job. St. Clair going to take game 1 of this quarterfinal series, 1-0 over Butler University.
And it looked like the Butler did exactly what they needed to do for the most part. They dove onto the site, they got the Viper pit down, and tried to make it work, but unfortunately just did not quite clutch it up in the end there. So yeah, St. Clair going to start this series up hot, get themselves on the board nice and quick, and then we get to go to Icebox, which is a map that they're not necessarily like strangers to.
Yeah, not necessarily strangers, not necessarily their most played map at the same time as well, though. So I'm expecting some, like, I don't know, pretty average, like not average, like obviously they're both these teams in quarterfinals, not average, but you can see some of the players there. Look at them, they're all vibing. But yeah, I mean, I'm expecting some sort of, they will have some strats, but not as in depth as some of their more played maps coming through here. I do like the longer range sight lines here, so I think that whoever has some more accurate shots is going to be definitely one to look out for. Now, looking at the scoreboard, we do see Wombat, VK, and Casper at the top of it due to their combat score. Looking very good there in that regard. And Lupo holding his own here coming in despite, being one of those players that we didn't see through a whole lot here throughout the regular season. So good stuff there, seeing that. And then Blossom having a little bit of a tougher game, but I think he was actually playing on that offsite a little bit more, and he was just holding more of a support line, especially being that Aster player, right? You're not going to be expecting as much as maybe Casper on the Reyna, right? So,
no, of course.
Overall, good stuff from the Saints. They will be leading 1-0 here. And I don't know if we are going to be sending this one to a quick little break here. Yeah, I know that these guys usually like to take a little bit of a bathroom break or something like that in between these longer games. And yeah, so St. Clair leading 1-0 in this quarterfinal matchup, looking to go to semis over Butler. And I mean, hey, Butler got a reverse sweep here now.
Yep, definitely an extremely tough position to find yourself in here. And it's going to, like, a lot of the difference maker, at least in my opinion for this one, is the fact that normally when we see VCAN, like, we think of the anchor, we don't necessarily think of a top fragger.
Yeah,
that being said, his positioning in this game here, the fact that he's already up here in the top 3 in regards to eliminations in this game, like, he just popped off this round, because a lot of times, like, he would go down, but he's like he's the one giving off all the information and whatnot in most scenarios. But he was winning his one-on-ones, sometimes maybe even snagging 2 or 1, which is absolutely clutch, to say the least there.
2-for-1s are always so big. And games like,
absolutely.
Valorant or CSGO or, just 5-on-5 shooters or 4-on-4 shooters, just so big, especially even those first bloods as well. So we're going to see if the Saints can do it once again here, going on to Icebox in game number 2 here, NECC quarterfinals. But with that being said, we're going to send this one to a quick little break here. Any final words before that, Dan?
No, we'll take a very, very quick one. Should be about 5 minutes or less. So without further ado, we'll throw it back, throw some tunes on for just a second, and then we'll be back with possibly the conclusion if it ends up being a 2-0 on Icebox. We'll see you in just a moment.